We have started our journey home. It's going to be a long trek. This is starting with Rebecca and I headed towards Roseburg, Oregon. We'll meet up with Chris tomorrow morning. Go get the Riverwolf boat. Peyton and John will arrive sometime in the afternoon. And then we'll all drive north to Seattle and pick up Cheyenne at the airport. And then we'll be driving the Alcan with 3 trucks and 3 trailers.
We have in the back of our boat part of our furniture that we found. So we did go furniture shopping while we were in town. So we have a sofa and an ottoman. The recliner didn't quite fit in the boat, so that's in somebody else's pickup. Brian has been going non-stop. Pretty sure he's exhausted. He is a man of steel. I'm amazed, constantly amazed at the amount of work and stamina that he has. But he has done an awesome job getting the boats and trailers and tires and all kinds of stuff, brakes especially brakes, ready for getting on the road and getting everything together and safe to drive.
So the benefit of the big excursion is that Rebecca can go a couple of layers back to trim her toenails while we're driving down the highway. I had a opportunity to take a test recently. It was the Cologuard screening test. Anyhow, so we just got the results. And the results were positive. And I'm like, yeah, it's good to be positive.
Well, apparently in the medicine community, negative means good, which makes absolutely no sense.
So we have a new test on the horizon, I guess.
Yep.
Now I have a camera that looks down the barrel. It's got a little light.
You're not doing your colonoscopy, no.
I think if we hooked it to the laptop, we might be able to see what's going on in it.
Nope. Not doing that.
Not doing that. Anyways, I don't know if I'll take you along on the journey for that next test. It might be a little intrusive.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. Well, if you ever had an opportunity to take one of those Cologuard tests, drop in the comments. Hey, just wanted to share with you life as it happens. We just got the email, said it was positive. I was excited because it's positive. Rebecca said no, positive is a bad thing. So we'll see what happens. Maybe you're looking at it thinking that looks like a beat up old boat, but this is a great boat.
Brian has to step up on the step there to get the windshield clean because of the height of the tires. While we were in California, I had a chance to go pick up one of my favorite food products. I'm sure there's these stores all over the place, but there's this Indian store in Manteca where I used to buy salted fried chickpea flour puffs. I kind of snack on them like they're popcorn. So while I was in Manteca, I picked up 3 bags of these because I don't get them in Alaska. I haven't been able to find them. So when I was in Manteca, I picked up 3 bags. So this is what they are. It's called Bundi? I'm not sure. I'm probably not pronouncing them right, but it's, let me show you what they look like. Kind of an odd thing, but just something that I like. Thought I'd share because it's just sort of a weird thing. I don't know. Brian thought it was very strange, and I'm strange, so that's just a little oddity about me.
We are pulling in to pick up the Riverwolf boat. Chris is already there working with Cletus to get final touches of our electric winch system put on. Be exciting. We haven't seen Chris in a while. And our new boat. We haven't decided the name for it. Drop a comment and tell us what you think we should call it.
How are you? Good.
We'll send you the chiropractic bill.
Yeah.
Great to meet you, Brian. Here she is.
I'm pleased.
Well, he's got to know Scott Wadsworth then.
Yep.
See?
I looked at the video, and when I watched the video, I was like, I know that guy. I've seen him.
Yeah.
So graduated, Scott.
You did? No kidding. I've been watching him on YouTube for
Yeah.
years. This is our brand new 20-foot Alaskan drifter riverwolf drift boat. Some of the rivers around us require a power boat, and some don't allow a power boat. They're so shallow that they require a drift boat. So we found it less expensive to have this built, purchase it brand new, than to buy a beat up one around home. And that's why we're picking this up in Oregon. We have got the team together finally. We just got a little ways down the road. The tarp is starting to loosen up. It's a new tarp, straps loosened, so we wanted to check that out and just see. Still not sure if we're going to run with the tarp on or off. Going through the city of Portland, Oregon. Well, we are currently trying to pick up Cheyenne at the Seattle airport. I don't know if you've ever been to the Seattle airport. There's no signs that tell you where the terminal is. You're supposed to follow the signs for 2 freeways. Even if you don't want to get on the freeway, you follow the sign 2 freeways, and eventually it says terminal parking. That means terminal and parking, but it doesn't say that. It just says terminal parking. We're still not there. We are going into this mess with a boat. Like, who takes their boat to the airport?
Because I'm an honors member of Hilton. Thank you, Hilton. Appreciate you.
For the soft and chewy.
It's a soft and chewy granola bar. Hey, it's better than a kick in the head.
Because you're an honors member, we'll let you pay $12 a day for parking. You're welcome.
Seriously?
Is it $12 a day?
That's what it says.
Really?
Yeah, pick up parking pass at the front desk.
Oops. Do we have to buy 6 parking? Oops. Hilton, do we have to buy 6 parking passes if we have 3 trucks and 3 boats? You good, Ryan? Don't ask me. Mine all fell off.
So did mine.
We are in Canada. We made it through the inspection station. Pretty much uneventful. And beautiful, beautiful Canadian mountains. Everything's green. There's no rainbows or birds singing or anything, but it's Canada. They didn't ask us any hockey questions at the border. So now we're cruising through Canada. First scene, it appears that speed limit is 100, but that's not correct.
Brian now has to do Canadian math because it's kilometers, and he's got big tires on the truck, but the truck wasn't recalibrated for the tires, and so his speedometer is not accurate for the tires, and so he was doing math for how much the speed is off, and now he's also having to calculate for kilometers. So I don't know if you guys ever saw that YouTube video of the gal who was trying to calculate how fast she would get to a destination.
Depends on, I mean, some cars' tires turn faster than others. Because, I mean, I think a truck probably is slower because it weighs more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it also matters if your car's a stick or automatic.
So now he's gonna try and do some Canadian math to try and figure out how many kilometers. Two nights ago we picked up Cheyenne in Seattle. Last night we stopped in Prince George, British Columbia. We're now on the road, headed toward, I don't know, where are we headed tonight?
Wherever we
However far we get. There's wildfires on the long route back home, so we're taking the shorter route, which is kind of what happens when you drive the Yaucan, we hear. So we're just going with the flow. So Brian, tell us some fun facts, some trivia about Lewis and Clark. Brian likes to tell us fun facts and Lewis and Clark trivia every time we travel. He relates everything to Lewis and Clark.
If I would have been born in the right time, in the correct time, instead of the incorrect time, I would have traveled with Lewis and Clark for sure.
Every time we go somewhere, everything we do, Brian relates it to Lewis and Clark. And so this trip is interesting because Brian can't relate anything to Lewis and Clark.
Anything can be a Lewis and Clark fact if you stretch it enough.
Well, come on now. When we were in Idaho, we went to Lewiston, and across the river was Clarkston, and they pretended that that didn't have to do with Lewis and Clark.
I think I have to pee. I'm just kidding.
What a shot.
I'm just kidding. It's because we've just passed like 5 motorhomes, hills, trailers. Kill me. Just say that Lewis and Clark went to the Orient to get spices.
I think so.
That's what I just said. Did you think Lewis and Clark went to the Orient to get spices?
Yeah, and in the next episode, they went to Tatooine to pick something up.
Tatooine. That's funny. Did they get some Scooby-Doo stacks while they were there?
Oh yeah, they had a crossover with Batman and the Harlem Globetrotters. It was great.
Lewis was there.
Lewis was there. Clark wasn't, but Lewis, he went a lot of places.
Clark was sick. He had to stay in the hotel for the day.
Oh, it's you know.
Lewis was insane,
So he was there.
but he was someplace.
He was.
He would wander off for weeks at a time, having an episode, as Clark called it.
So he wandered from.
Oh, just totally schizophrenic.
So he wandered from Montana all the way to China.
Yeah,
You never know.
he went for a walkabout.
He and Lewis, they're like this.
Yeah. He's got two.
Lewis.
He's got.
Lewis was a crazy one.
He's got two
Yeah.
imaginary friends in the
Yeah.
backseat.
Yeah, he and Lewis, they were like this.
I don't know where we are, but we're headed north to Alaska. Back in the truck.
We are driving about 12 hours a day. Trying not to just beat ourselves up. Yesterday, that only got us about 550 miles. So it averaged like 48 miles an hour or something. So many little towns and trucks, and then you calculate all the gas stops and food stops, pee stops, bio breaks, I think what they call them. It's beautiful, and then it's not. What I mean is you're sort of driving along the highway and there's just trees alongside the road. And it's kind of just a wall of trees on both sides. And then you crest a hill and there's a majestic scene that's perfect for a postcard. Almost at the top of every hill. Road construction, frost heaving on the road. A bit bumpy, but the truck's doing great. We are trying to eat right. We had good dinners. We get hotel breakfast. Lunches are, actually we hit a grocery store, got some fruit. I saw Peyton eating a gas station hamburger, that was interesting. Probably not the healthiest thing for a person to be doing road trips, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, did it? So he said the burger made him nauseated. Move, slow her down, slow her down. Whoa, Nelly. Gotta keep an eye on that Rebecca. She's used to the Z cars. We continue our journey. We just passed Ilkut. There's a little gas station there. It opens 7 days a week, except not today. And we are nearing the place where we purchased the $50 bolts last time. Peyton's on the radio. What's that, Peyton?
Do we need to stop to get bolts for the brakes?
You too can buy $50 bolts. That would be the spot. I've got an app called, what is it called? Drive Weather. Pretty cool one. I didn't buy the pro version. But it shows you your route that you want to take, and then it shows the weather along the way depending on the time. You can scroll the clock. And so we are headed for snowstorms and thunderstorms.
Okay, so I'm gonna redo this part because my lips were all messed up the last time I did it. So we rolled in. We rolled in at like 8:30 last night, and all the food place in town was closed. And so there are some older ladies in town that do prepackaged frozen meals for wayward travelers. They were pretty good. You microwave them. They were like $16. Totally worth it, I think. The flavor was good, texture was good. Yeah, it was reasonable, perfectly, hit the spot, and kind of supports the local community.
We had the screws that hold the seat come out. We had 3 of the 4 screws come out, and luckily we found them, and so we were able to get at least 1 back in. So that gives 2. That's 50%. It's like a D minus. Oh, you're gonna do it?
Surgery. You think I can?
All right, you can go for it.
Surgery
Just
time.
don't mess it up. That's your readers.
Yeah, without them,
Yeah.
I can still see far enough that I can drive just fine.
Yeah, but it's really hard to read your phone and drive at the same time.
It is. I can't select music.
and when you do the map and then you zoom up and the letters get small again, you're like, what the? Who designed this? I need it bigger for reading.
Almost got it.
Used to back in the day, I wore readers. Now I don't. Got me some bionic eyes. I got bionic eyes, John. Now I can drive and read my phone at the same time.
It makes it so much more fun. so much better.
He never does that. He doesn't. He's joking.
Rebecca's gonna show you her magic trick. Here we go. This is what Rebecca can do. Go.
I can stick my hand all the way down in a Pringles can.
I think this is my favorite stretch of the road. It's just a slab of pavement through the forest. Of course, the forest looks like it's been burnt down, but there's no line down the middle, there's no reflectors, there's no signs. It's just remote. I really like this part of the highway.
Gotta be careful not to miss your turn.
We made our way up and into the Yukon Territory, right at the border. There's a little place called Nugget City. We stopped there last time. Peyton was really excited to meet the author of the book he read. Maybe he read some of it. He might have read the cover. Or the footnotes on the back. Anyhow, we stopped there for some food. We have not found food yet today. And evidently the gal Peyton was hoping to see has gone off to the hospital and they were not open. I guess the whole point of making this little blip is food and fuel is far between. When you're planning on getting food or fuel at a particular spot and then it's not open or it doesn't have fuel, the last place we were at, the credit card things weren't working and there was nobody inside to take cash. We ended up getting a pump to finally work, but the phone lines are down because of fires in the area. So you just have to plan ahead, have some food with you, make sure you got enough fuel to get you several spots along. When you do stop, top off even if you don't need it. So we continue to head north. The Nugget City station was closed. The next 2 services were closed. We have just right at about a quarter tank right now. It says there's the town of Teslin. The last sign said it was 140 kilometers, which is about 85 miles. So we are currently, last numbers I saw said 80 kilometers to Teslin. That is about 50 miles. That was a little while ago. So I think we might make it. We got still looking at a quarter tank. Hopefully we make it. Otherwise we'll be sleeping on the side of the road somewhere. Just when you see a sign that says services, you're like, yeah, service, and then it says closed, and that. Then you say boo.
So not only are we low on fuel, low on food, well, we don't have any food actually, but we are headed, well, we have grapes, yeah, we have grapes, but we are also headed into a snowstorm. There's snow on the horizon.
I think we look Teslin, and it doesn't even say it's closed. And we've got about 1/8 of a tank left.
And the people said, yay!
And all the people said,
We
woohoo!
hope we don't get there and they say, psych, we are closed. Yeah, right?
Yeah, village of Teslin. So I think we made it. Now what we did is we throttled back. We used that 5th wheel in front of us as a pace car, and yeah, we got pretty good gas mileage. That's amazing. A lot of it might have been downhill, but I think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna make it.
Hey Peyton, I thought you called ahead and had this smoothed out for us.
Yeah, with all the tax dollars the Canadians pay, you think they'd do something about it, but it's not.
This is where the bearing caps would be nice.
I just want you guys to experience what we did last year.
Aw, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Well, we just pulled into a hotel at Beaver Creek, I think it's called. It's about 10:30 at night. This is 10:30 at night. There's our rigs and our boats, our furniture. I had to wake the gal up out of her bed to come and help us. We got, I think it was $350 for 2 rooms. Canadian, American, I don't know. I think we got the bad end of the deal on that one, but we're just happy to have a good room. Here comes a nice diesel truck making some noise for me. The Alcan, crazy. Frost heave on the roads, road construction, cut up, washboard, gravel, sliding sideways, bumps. It was a ride. It was about exactly what we were expecting. So up early this morning. We've been trying to get on the road about 8 o'clock. Sun's up. I don't know if the sun ever went down. We did have a little modification last night that had come off. Whoa, there's John. Good morning, John.
Hey, good morning.
The one on this side decided to come off. John is my buddy from way back in high school.
Good morning.
So they've been coming and visiting and spending time with us, and it's a
pleasure.
Been up a number of times.
Been
Brought
awesome.
my mom up.
Yes,
got to
his
see
mom
glaciers.
came up. She kind of had like a little bucket list thing going on, and we got to do that. So
is
he's
out
just
in,
looking
yeah.
at some cracks and welds and things along here. But we are not far from the border, and once we hit the Alaska border, the roads get much better.
U.S. Canada.
Kind of neat. It's a beautiful morning. We just crossed over into Alaska time, and we should be home tonight. So we're gonna get back on the road, but it is just gonna be a really nice day, hopefully, and hopefully we don't have any breakdowns or malfunctions on the trucks and trailers. And I think we might take a few more pictures and then hit the road.
Adding to our trip, we got a little bit of snow. Looks like it's coming down pretty good. It's not sticking though.
Where are we? We are about maybe 100 miles north of Anchorage right now.
North.
Not north.
East of Anchorage.
East of Anchorage. Got so many photo bombing.
You don't know sideways rain? Oh, drop a comment if you know where sideways rain comes from.
That's right.
Last 150 miles, 160 miles.
Last time this is where we went wrong.
Last time we were here, the excursion ended up with a fuel pump that we chug probably for about 6 hours to go the 150 or 160 miles. It was an exciting time.
We're headed for home. Last little piece.
I'm exhausted, but it's been an amazing trip. How are you feeling, Cheyenne?
I'm already tired thinking of all the unpacking and unloading we're gonna have to do.
Yeah, the car's a mess. Looks like we've lived in it for a week. It's been 6 days since Brian and I left California, and the truck looks like it's been 6 days. We've shaken loose probably all of the dust that's in the air ducts and all of the nuts and bolts that could possibly be shaken loose. And it's been a long journey, but it's been amazing. We've seen some really beautiful sights, and we'll summarize when we get home and rest a little bit, clean out the car. But we're on our last leg of the journey. We have, according to the GPS, 2 hours and 18 minutes, but we're pulling the trailer, so it's probably going to be a little longer than that. And yeah, we're headed home. So see you later. Thanks for watching.